This week, we go into Uncharted territory and discuss if Tom Holland can still deliver a great movie without a mask and also without Marvel behind him. I'm Matt,
I'm Chad.
and this is episode 55 of We Should Talk About This at Work. So, yes, welcome back to another week of shenanigans. And on this week, your boy is back in the first chair. So, you know what that means. All the stuff that Chad wouldn't let me talk about before, we're talking about on this episode. How you doing, Chad?
I'm very scared. It's like I'm on a roller coaster and they just strapped me in and we're about to launch. I don't know
Exactly.
what the hell you're about to do this week.
Exactly. That's the way I like it. It's gonna be better. No pre-planned stuff, nothing for you. It's gonna be on top of the cuff. That's how I normally operate on each episode. Also, we have a guest, Aaron. Aaron, how are you doing?
Hey, how you doing, man? What's going on, Matt? Long time no talk, man.
Mhm.
Rather long time no see, rather.
Only way
Right,
you'll talk
right.
to this man is if he's on a podcast, Matt.
No, we've talked through the social medias, but it's been a long time no see and things because we've been in different areas
That's,
physically.
that's fair.
Who is Aaron?
I'm your North County boy from St. Louis, I guess. I know we had that mutual friend. Yes, I mean maybe it was junior high school, man. But yeah, I mean I know you since then, man.
Yeah, since it's been around that time since junior high school that we've been friends and everything. And then I know after high school, we all did different routes. We not the same time, but at different times we both joined the military.
Oh,
Yeah, man. I went Air Force. He went Navy, but yeah, did my little bid in the did my bid. Did but 10 years really, man. But yeah, I
wow,
went
10
in.
years. How many years did you do, Matt?
8.
Okay.
Yeah, I said, I'm just gonna say technically 10, but man, yeah, went in, Persian Farsi linguist, 2 years test school, whatnot. Got out to my duty station out in Maryland, man. Like Maryland, Maryland was beautiful and everything, but you spend 2 years in test school, learning a foreign language and stuff, man. You get to the job, it ain't the job you thought it was gonna be. Was it
It's
really for
never that.
me?
The recruiters always lie to you what you
Yeah,
think this about to be.
yeah.
Did they promise you a
So
Ferrari and stuff? Or not a
uh,
Ferrari, a Camaro? That's what they always promise them, right?
in a Dodge Charger,
Right.
which I got out when
hey,
I got a Dodge Charger.
hey, real talk, because talk about the social media stuff. I saw like a army recruiter ad for Illinois somewhere where this man was straight up offering kids Xboxes to join up. I'm like, yo,
That's
an
all?
Xbox, I'm like, an Xbox is not worth that, sir. Like, what? That's
Right.
about.
That's all? An Xbox? Was it at least the new one?
Man, I don't even think it was a new one at the time. I think it's still the old one. So
You better sacrifice a lot for that Xbox.
yeah, I'm
That's
saying, man,
crazy.
yeah, just save it, just save it to 500 for that. You'll be all right.
Or what if this is back in the days of the 360 when you had that red ring? So you joined the military for Xbox 360, boot that thing up, and it don't even work.
Man,
Hey man, once you saw that contract, you went there now.
Exactly.
that's an unfortunate turn of events.
So, Aaron, what you want to talk about this week?
I mean, it's just kind of like a little prelude to Uncharted here, man. But your question is, can Tom Holland handle, a new role outside, from behind the mask and whatnot? Let me ask y'all a question. First of all, how do y'all feel about Tom Holland? You guys like him? I mean, you
I
fans
like him.
or
I
yeah?
like him. Like my only thing is like I feel like I've only seen him as Spiderman.
Right.
Like I don't know if I saw Uncharted, obviously, but I can't think of anything else he's been in that I've seen.
I've seen him in one other movie where he plays. It's a serious drama type of role, but it's like
What movie was it?
I gotta pull it up, but it's like
Was it Cherry? The one where he's the
maybe,
bank robber?
no, it's yeah, that's it. To where it's like you don't want to typecast a character, but it's like, when you see him, all right, he's a young guy and doing things, but as a character, like one thing about him, what I really do appreciate about Tom Holland and all this stuff, he will pull out the emotion, regardless of what that emotion is. He can be that sad character, happy, like juvenile. He pulls that out.
No, I agree. Like you remember in was it Spider-Man Homecoming when he was trapped under that debris and he was yelling for help? Like, man, I felt that.
Right. He pulls that emotion out. And then he even does it here, but I get to that when we talked about discussing a new movie. But why'd you want to know our opinions about Tom Holland in this movie, Aaron?
Oh no, I just want to know, how you guys feel about him in general, because hey, some people are haters, regardless of how well someone acts or not. But you got some haters out there. But I personally like Tom Holland, man. He seems like a pretty cool kid. Seems like a pretty good actor, But of course, we've only seen him pretty in the Spider-Man role, and I don't know how you guys feel about this, because I want to talk about it. And Chad, I believe you're more of the comic aficionado than Matt is, correct?
I would say so.
Yeah, okay, because I used to read comics heavy back in the day, and of course I fell off, price and all that other stuff. But it's been a hot minute since I read comics. But hey, I'm not gonna lie. From like a spectacle standpoint, CGI story, whatever. I mean, I think this trilogy is better than the
Sam Raimi.
Man, yes, than the Sam Raimi trilogy, and that's no disrespect to him, man. What is my man's name?
Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield.
Tobey Maguire. Like, hey, that was good for his time. I don't really think those movies really stand up now. So I think this is like a better, the recent trilogy with Tom Holland is a better trilogy per se, from a technical standpoint. But overall, man, I think this is like the new Spider-Man movie for like the new generation of kids and everything like that. That's cool. They're good movies. Not necessarily for me, man. I found them kind of boring, honestly. Like, they were cool, but they didn't rock my socks off. You know what I mean?
Okay. I mean, with these new Spider-Man movies, those specifically, like you can't take them as singular entities though. Like you have to like look at them from the lens of the MCU as a whole. So it's like you aren't judging these three movies as just three Spider-Man movies. You got to judge them also as like how they fit into the greater narrative that they're spinning. I mean, because like look at it this way. The first Spider-Man Homecoming, you had Tony Stark's Iron Man in there, right? You didn't have the backing of all that previous stuff with Andrew Garfield Spider-Man or Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. And the second one, you thought you had Nick Fury and Maria Hill. The third one, you had all the stuff with Doctor Strange, right? Like his appearances in Civil War and Endgame and Infinity War. Like you can't look at this as a singular just Spider-Man story.
And then Civil War, like I loved because growing up, Spider-Man, Iron Man was my favorite two superheroes. So when Civil War happened, and Cap comes and Spider-Man takes his shield and the Spider-Man's there, I love that to my core. So it's I think it's about layers where you can't have one without the other. If you didn't have the Michael Keaton's, the Ben Affleck's, whatever, you have to grow as far as the character goes. So if there wasn't no Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and if we just came out with some Tom Holland, people wouldn't feel some type of way. Because it's all different layers to where everybody's like, Tobey Maguire is a Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire is not my Spider-Man for the simple fact that, to me, Andrew Garfield is my Spider-Man because I know Spider-Man is a type of, if you read the comics, he is the one who's going to basically talk shit as he does stuff.
Okay. I was wondering where he's going with this. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, man?
Right. So Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man didn't talk shit as he did his antics.
He did.
To where Andrew Garfield talk shit. So that's why I was like, oh shit, okay. As reading the comics and the cartoons and everything, all right, this is hitting me. So when Andrew Garfield, when they came in with the Amazing Spider-Man, I'm like, okay, this hit. I loved Andrew Garfield, Spider-Man, and then when Tom Holland came out, it was kind of like a mixture between both. So, and it just now with the whole MCU universe type of thing where it all comes together. But no, I think each one has a place in time where Tobey Maguire laid the groundwork, Andrew Garfield rose it up, and then now it took it to this whole other atmosphere.
Right. Okay. I mean, and I get that. I can respect that, right? Because I mean, hey, even as far as like the current like standard of Marvel movies, I haven't really been paying much attention like the new phase as it were.
Phase 4.
Yeah, phase 4. I mean, hey, I only saw Black Widow because it was in the airlines recently. Like, no, never.
I watched
never,
it on a plane.
Yeah, never mind the pandemic and everything. I understand we couldn't go out to theaters, and whatnot. But yeah, it's like, yeah, I don't really care about a Black Widow movie. Same thing with the TV shows. No, I don't really care about Hawkeye, bro. Like, I'm not gonna watch the Hawkeye series. I was mad like that Captain Falcon. So I'm like, yo, that series was kind of whack, honestly. But
So okay, well
right.
Which shows have you not seen?
Okay, I have not seen Moon Knight.
Okay.
I think that's the most recent one. I've not seen Hawkeye.
Okay.
But I did. Yeah, so I saw.
So you saw what? You saw What If?
Yeah, I did watch What If.
Loki,
as well. Yeah,
WandaVision.
WandaVision.
Okay.
Yep.
I mean, so yeah, we were doing the well, actually, we were doing the show for all of them except WandaVision. Or yeah. We both liked Hawkeye, right? I liked Hawkeye. Right, Matt?
Oh, I liked Hawkeye. I just didn't like the girl.
You didn't like new Hawkeye?
No, I did not like her. Remember I told you she talked too fucking much.
I
don't like her.
I have to Google who this
Not
is.
the way when I say this, it's not the actress. I know she's just doing her lines. Claire, I do not like Claire because she talks too much.
Claire?
That's not her name?
No. Cassie.
Hold on, let me look at
No, that's not right. Shit. Bringing the show to a screeching halt. Hold up.
Hold on, let me look this up.
Kate Bishop?
Kate Bishop. That's it. Yes.
Kate Bishop.
Okay.
Yeah, yes, Kate Bishop. I do not like her. She talks too fucking much. And she brings nothing to the table. Now, overall, I liked it. I enjoyed it. But her character, not the actress, the character just talks too fucking much. I understand you gotta have some kind of comedy relief, but like at times I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like this. All right, never mind. I was about to go into it. I don't want to go into it.
That being said, though, Spider-Man, what's the animated joint?
What?
Into Spider-Verse.
Yes, best Spider-Man movie ever, hands down. Nothing gonna top it.
No,
until something tops that, then we'll talk. But
no one would argue that. I don't even think the sequel will come close.
Yeah,
and that's what I say. You say you want a mature Spider-Man deal. Into the Spider-Verse, you get your mature Spider-Man.
Right. Yeah, they gave me the mature storyline I wanted, so.
But on the topic of like Spider-Verse, have you played that Miles Morales game on PS5?
I mean, I played not the Miles Morales one, but I played the regular Spider-Man version on PS4. So.
Okay. So you've not played the Spider-Man games on the new consoles?
No. I just got an Xbox Series X, so. Have not had a chance. That's a PS exclusive, so I don't have a PS5 yet.
So what you been playing on the new consoles?
Man, right now, let's see. I just picked up Alan Wake remastered.
That was my stuff back when I had a 360.
Oh man, like I'm starting to like the Remedy as a like developer and company. I'm starting to respect them a bit more.
What's that other game? The one with the woman?
Control.
Yeah.
Yes. Yo, that's a fantastic game. If you never play Control, play Control. You're missing out. I
have it on PS5 because it was like one of the free games for the month. It's on my system. I just need to start it.
Okay. Yeah. Picked up Mass Effect, remastered, whatnot. I really have not had the time to really mess with it though. But here's my question for you guys. What do you have, Chad? What do you have, Matt? You guys got the new systems or?
Yeah, I'm a PS5 guy.
Nah, I ain't that rich, so I'm still messing with a PS4 out here.
Okay, so Chad, since you have a PS5, I got
Mhm.
an Xbox Series X. Now I'm not like a console fanboy, the whole console wars thing. Hey, you play what you play, like what you like. You can afford what you afford, man. Whatever, right? So how do you feel about the PS5, like as a console generation step up, right? Like the whole new generation. Are you impressed so far? Like,
Yes, but I feel like this is what I'm gonna say applies to Xbox also. Yes, I'm impressed with these first batch of games, but I feel like once we go further into this generation, it's gonna slightly go away because I like how there's no load times now. Like on the new Spider-Man game, like you can quick travel. Well, on the old one, you could quick travel also. So if you played it on PS4, if you decide to quick travel, it would show like an animation of Spider-Man like on the subway.
yo, I like those.
Right.
I like those
But
loading
Right.
screens.
but on the PS5, if you quick travel, it skips that and it just immediately takes you to where you need to go. Or like when you're loading the game, like you hit start and it just boots up into the game. Like there's none of that spinning shit.
Right.
So like I
Oh, son,
appreciate
damn! I'm behind the curve. I'm waiting for load times and stuff like that.
yeah. So at least
Yeah.
with the first batch, there's no load times. But I feel like as we progress into this generation, and obviously the games are already getting bigger every time something drops, I feel like that's probably gonna go away.
Hmm.
But
Okay.
I appreciate no load times. That makes me feel like we have achieved something with technology.
Okay. See, maybe I'm sounding like such an old man on this podcast episode, uh, but I think it's just specifically because it's Xbox. Like I'm not sure how like the dash, like do they have like a new dashboard for like the PS5 versus PS4 type thing?
It's shitty compared to the one on PS4. I will say
Okay,
that.
because I think it just feels like I just got like an Xbox Series X, but I still got the same console I had because it's literally the same dashboard and everything
Hmm.
like Xbox. So it doesn't feel
It
like it's
doesn't feel
new.
new. Yeah.
Which is what we really buying
But
for. This is the new
on the
system.
new Xbox though, they've got that quick launch thing where like you can have like 3 games loaded at once. So like you could like hit home and like start Mass Effect and be like, no, I don't feel like playing this. Hit home, start at Halo, and be like, no, I don't feel like playing this. Hit home and start the fuck else is on Xbox? Another game, and then be like, no, I don't feel like playing that, and go back to that first game, and you're in the exact same spot that you were in. I really
Right.
like that. We don't have that on PlayStation.
Okay, yeah, because I did check some of that out. That's cool. But man, I don't know how I feel about that either. Because I have like over 400 billion games. I never know what to play to begin with. It's like Netflix, like so many games to choose from. So if I'm just hopping about between games already, that's gonna be terrible for me. But I don't know, man. Like I want to play this Elden Rings. Like, I know that's the new hype. I
I
know that's
hear
the new
people
hype.
talking about that.
We've had a few guests on the show hype it
Mm,
up. It's not my cup of tea, but if that's how
right,
you want to get down,
right. Because Sekiro. You familiar with Sekiro?
I'm not.
No.
Oh, I mean, so From Software games, they're the game studio that made Elden Ring. They're the ones that make like the Dark Soul games and stuff
Okay.
like that. So yeah, so the Soul series, but Sekiro is like the Ninja Souls game. Yo, beautiful game, dope. I love everything about it. It's like a little bit of stealth, you got like a little bit of Tenchu stuff in it, a little bit of action and everything, but there's Dark Souls things, but it's hard. It is extremely hard. I'll play that game in batches here and then when I feel like it, but I don't think I have it in me to play through an Elden Rings because I like the Dark Souls games. They're cool and everything. But I don't even have so much patience for so much difficulty, man. So I want to check it out. Cause if this is what the best game out right now, top of the line graphics, everything that has to offer, I want to just check the game out to see what it is. Cause I feel like I don't feel like there's nothing like that is not my sock off with new games or anything yet. That I want to play yet. But I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to Saints Row. Saints Row, I'm getting that.
There's a new one coming out.
Yes, sir. New Saints Row is on the way.
Was that the sixth one or something like that?
Well, it's a reboot, so
Oh, okay.
yeah, with some fans. I am a Saints fan. I've been there since day one. I actually like Saints Row more than I do Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, hits at me, boo. Hits Grand Theft Auto 5 sucks. I don't care. Fight me. But you know, um, yeah, so hey, they're rebooting the series, new console and everything. My homeboy, that's our jam. So we looking forward for that to come out. Don't get our Saints on. Go roll.
Okay.
All right, Chaz. So, what you been up to?
So, last week I was talking about how I took back Pokemon and I was like, all right, it's time for the next game. So I reserved that new Kirby game. And so I was surprised that they was like, oh, hey, man, you reserved that game on Monday and it's already ready for you on Wednesday. I was like, damn, people don't fuck with Kirby, huh? So I got the game. I was all excited. And I was like, I'm going to make an Instagram post about this because, you got to always promote that social media, right? And so when I'm doing my hashtags, I type hashtag Kirby and it's like hashtag Kirby in the Forgotten Land. And I'm like, what? The Kirby I have is called Star Allies. And so I apparently reserved the wrong Kirby game. This game is a couple years old and it's not that new hot shit. And I wanted to be flexing about with that new hot shit. And so
you thought you was about to get that new, and
right.
You got that old.
I was like, man, people don't even fuck with Kirby's little pink ass and stuff. Like, see, I got this shit in 2 days because people don't like Kirby. Apparently, people love Kirby because I'm not getting this game for like at least a month and a half.
Oh yeah, you put respect on Kirby's name. Don't disrespect.
I didn't realize I was asking for old shit, and so nobody want that old shit. So that's my bad. That's my bad. I wasn't paying attention when I was clicking on shit. But then also, so at the time of this recording, Doctor Strange came out this weekend, and as of Wednesday on my YouTube algorithm, because YouTube knows I like comic book stuff and all that, it was all like, oh, hey, man, would you like to watch a clip from a bootleg recording of the new Doctor Strange movie? And the title is basically cameo character gets killed by the villain of the movie. And in the thumbnail is a picture of the actor playing the cameo character. And I'm like, I didn't want to know these spoilers right now. Like, I wanted
to
be...
they sent that to you?
No, like it was in my suggestions of like stuff you might want to watch. And so I'm like, oh,
why would you want to watch that?
Right? Why would somebody post that? Like, it's the movie the movie wasn't even out in America yet at the time.
Honestly, I kind of stopped following a whole lot of movies and TVs and shows and stuff like that. Like, I find it more amazing a game I don't know about. Like, oh, okay, Elden Rings. Let me see what this game's about. I find it more fun. The less I know, the better. So I kind of check out, especially since I have been spoiled before. Spoilers on the internet, I just kind of zone out until I see it or play the game myself and everything. Like, we just kind of reached that point with spoiler culture where it's gonna happen, and I feel like at a certain point, I don't know what that time frame would be, but hey, once something drops, either you've seen it or you haven't, so if you're on the internet, expect spoilers,
My issue is like the movie wasn't even out in this country yet.
Yeah, I mean, that sucks, man, but that it happens, and that's kind of why I just kind of started tapping out. Like, I if it's something I'm interested in and have regards to, whether it's video games, I used to get super hyped with video games and a lot of releases and stuff like that. And you get to a point of just being disappointed by releases, and for instance, man, do you remember that movie Van Helsing
with Hugh Jackman?
Yeah, Hugh Jackman. Yeah, all right. So that was hype Wolverine time frame, 2003, 2004. Yeah, I was so super hyped that movie. Like, yo, this movie about to be fire, right? and it's both things where you just sit in the movie theater, right? Yeah, yeah. You laugh at me.
I was in that movie theater with you. I was in that movie. Yeah. Did you go see it at Jamestown Mall? That's where I was at.
Oh man, no, I was in California at the time, man. Okay. So no, actually, no, I was in Texas at the time. But but I think they had that moment too. Maybe we was in the theater, and I was just sitting there like, man, I mean, this movie's not really gonna get any better than what it is. Like, this is gonna be this movie. It's not necessarily a bad movie, but not as hype as I thought it was gonna be. So you kind of set yourself up for disappointment and stuff like that. So I find, at least for myself, personally speaking, the less I know, the better. Like, I don't want to get my expectations up to quote unquote be disappointed. So if it is something I'm interested in, like I try to stay ignorant of it to a certain degree. But a lot of times, man, hey, I didn't even know Doctor Strange was coming out this week. I just happened to be walking down Hollywood Boulevard at the El Capitan theater, like, oh, okay, this is showing. I guess I'm gonna go see this, man. I paid $50 for a damn ticket.
One ticket?
Yeah, but yo, this
Was
was
it like
amazing.
3D or something?
No, sir.
I envy people that are disconnected to an extent. Like I like that I'm like, oh yeah, I'm in the know. I'm hearing all these things. I'm seeing what's what. But then in situations like this, I do envy like a person like you that like you didn't even know the movie was coming out. You didn't see a trailer. You just like, let me just go in this and just experience it. And I do very much envy that.
Yeah, to a degree. I mean, mostly just because I'm just extremely busy at the moment. Like, oh my God, like, but
Life's always in the
yeah,
way.
life, but yeah, at the same time, like, yeah, I just kind of opted to start doing that. Just, I mean, let me ask you a question. I mean, if you agree with my statements, like, what would you say is like the time frame where, like, hey, once you're online or you're on the internet, whenever something new hotness come out, what is the time frame that you think is acceptable to be spoiled? Like,
So it depends on what it is, first off.
okay,
So if it's a movie, I feel like as a society, we should give people until that Monday.
A week. That's what I was thinking. You get a week.
Oh, well, I was gonna say for a TV show a week, but I do hear you.
I mean, not TV. I mean, a movie because people can't always get to the movies when they want to. Give people at least a week to be able to be like, all right. Like for example, Doctor Strange came out Thursday night, Friday.
Yeah.
Friday. All right. Before you start doing spoilers, give people a week. Everybody can't go to the movies when the Friday to Saturdays, whenever the normal time that people go out. They got kids and work and things of that nature. At least, all right, I'm saying that, not a week. At least give 4 or 5 days.
So that's why I was saying Monday.
okay.
Well, I'm saying TV show. Nah, man, that's on TV.
No, I'm not saying that. Well, first off, TV is not TV anymore, Matt.
I don't know. Well, TV is TV in Japan, though.
What I'm saying is, it's like, yes, stuff comes on network, but like really the hot stuff that people are talking about on streaming. Like we're gonna talk about Moon Knight a little bit later. That's on Disney Plus, right?
Okay.
Hey man, get yourself a Disney Plus. I highly recommend Disney Plus for all the great content they have.
Yes.
Great service.
But what I'm like, I don't know, because I'm not talking about like a series, but I'm talking about like an episode, right? Because it's like we're watching Disney Plus shows week to week.
Okay, we doing episodes like episode 5 of Moon Knight. Crazy, amazing. Now, I don't know what days do that come out on for you?
Wednesday.
All right. Come out Wednesday. Monday, you can do spoilers by then. All right, that's enough time for you to get in where it needs to be at. So TV shows, I give you 3-4 days. Movies, I give you a week. Since it's a little bit harder, you actually have to plan to go out to a movie theater and stuff like that. But if it's something like that, and you just gotta also, with that being said, you have to know the community that you in. Like in our group chats, my group chat ain't gonna be like, look at this the spoiler, but also the Facebook accounts, they put out there, hey, like for example, we just had past guest Jared and his group account, my 2 cents. He put a headline, Stranger Things spoilers. I know. I haven't seen. Not Stranger Things. Doctor Strange spoilers. I haven't seen it. I didn't look. I didn't divulge in that article because I haven't seen it. So I say, you have some people gonna put out the next day, but theater wise, I give it longer than TV show wise, because TV show wise, it's easier for you to watch it versus going out to a theater.
Y'all are way more strict than I am. I'm like, yo, give me at least a week for the movie theater. Like, I feel, especially with the way streaming is, because Disney, they release their stuff week to week, but Netflix, it's all drops of one, so depending on the streaming service, but you talk about upon release, if it's like a weekly thing or the new movie, I say give it a week, man. Just everybody chill, give it a week, be spoiled or not. Now, as far as binging goes, hey, that's your own risk. Like, it's out there, everybody can binge whatever. It sucks, but
with binging culture, like that's a whole nother beast onto itself.
Yeah.
And like that's like the snake that eats his own tail, because like to go back to our Netflix discussion, like you dump like one of Matt and I's favorite shows from a few years ago, Russian Doll. They came out with a second season a few weeks ago. I didn't watch it. Did you watch it, Matt?
Nope.
Right. Like you dumping your whole season at once is a good way to get lost in the shuffle. So I wouldn't even talk about binging.
I don't know if they call it that millennial thing or whatever, about how once once stuff drops, right? You know, we'll use Russian Doll for example. I love Russian Doll. I love the actress. She was in
American Pie
Orange
back
is
in
the
the
New
day.
Black.
And yeah.
Huh?
She's also in
Okay.
American Pie back in the day.
Okay, yeah, I know her from Orange is the New Black. Loved her in Orange is the New Black.
Wait,
she was in Russian Doll.
Who is she?
The redhead. I don't know her name. Sorry.
Okay, I'll look it up. No, go ahead. You ahead. I'm gonna look it up.
No, yeah. So I love the premise of a Groundhog's Day type of thing and blah blah blah, but it's kind of like, you know, where that show came out like 2 years ago. So when they reintroduced the new series, it's like, oh yeah, I remember when I used to watch that, but like I don't have that fix for it now. Where if they would have done like a year later type of thing or whatever, where it was still fresh in my mind, to where it's like, am I going off of just off nostalgia? I can't go off of it of the plot of it, because that was 2 years ago. I don't remember what the plot was of this now.
It's a possibility they got hit by COVID.
Nikki,
which is true.
My girl Nikki. I love Nikki.
Right.
Sorry. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
See?
Yeah.
Right. So
yeah.
she's a great actress. And it's nothing on her. It's just like the way they lay things out and the society, where it's like, if you don't, like, for example, another one is Bridgerton, right? That people hype up Bridgerton. I love the first season of Bridgerton, right? That was like 2 years ago. And yes, I understand Bridgerton is still a thing. And it's like, I'm going to get around to it, but I haven't got back to it because it's like, all right, it's a thing that I got, you know, Netflix got that refresher trailer or whatever that shows you previous season and stuff like that, to where I don't remember what's going on. Where if you have some other stuff, something fresh, it's all about keeping people's attention span. Like both of those are on my list. I'm gonna watch it eventually, but it's like I don't have, like, it's not like, damn, season 2 of it came out, I need to get on it, because I don't fucking remember what happened. Right. I got bits and pieces and stuff like that. So that's the problem, where they wait so long, where it's not like all the fans are gonna come back like you used to when you wait a long time.
I'm glad Matt did speak, because, you know, it just goes to both your points too, you know, because I do feel, you know, it's like on Chad, you're talking about, you know, week by week, where, you know, Matt's talking about, you know, binging per se, but yeah, I think that is the thing. You know, you look at Disney Plus with their weekly releases versus Netflix, because I mean, BoJack Horseman, Stranger Things, whatever. I started watching these shows. They're good for a while, but you know, it gets tired, it gets exhausting. You know.
Yes.
And you know, and I'm glad Matt brought it up. You know, talking about, hey man, I'm getting up there too, man. It's like hard retaining a lot of this information per se. So trying to retain 3, 4, 5, 6 different shows at once, binging them and everything. Like I feel like you retain the show, the story better on a weekly basis. You know, like. It's strange. Like we progress so much, you know, so much in technology. Like we can stream, watch with everyone at our fingertips. But you know, we grew up watching TV with our families at nighttime. You know, hey, dinner time. Everybody, you know, it was a cultural thing. Like we watched TV. Like we couldn't watch what we wanted when we wanted. You know, so everybody was kind of tuned into the same thing, and that kind of happens with streaming, like Netflix. You know, like you have your Tiger Kings and your Stranger Things. It's a phenomenal, but it quickly wears off type thing. But it's just, yeah. I mean, I think I kind of prefer like the weekly releases with Disney Plus in the center versus just binging things, because it's just overwhelming. It's exhausting.
Now, I honestly, I agree. Like, I hate to agree to this, but you're right, because like I like my shit all together. If you don't release some shit like on Netflix wise, release my shit and I can watch it at my time, convenience wise. So it all depends on, are you looking for content? Are you looking for constant
Well, here's the
What's
thing that's to piggyback back off of what you're saying though. Like the binging culture, it doesn't lead for the conversation, right? And like we've been talking about Moon Knight for the last 5 weeks. This week will make 6 because of the conversation. We don't have a continuous conversation about Netflix shows because like we watch them at our own pace. So like I can't talk to you. Did you watch Cowboy Bebop?
Yeah.
Right. So like that all dropped at one point. So like I'm on episode 4, you're on episode 8, but the show dropped on the same fucking day. Like we're not lined up. Like there's no conversation that we can really have.
Got you.
Hmm.
And I guess it also you can deal with that instant gratification thing to where it's like, I want this shit now type of thing to where honestly, personally, give me that shit now. Drop a whole fucking season, but I understand why, like you said, conversation wise, promotion wise, everything else like that. You want to drop a week here, a week there, because week here, everybody's talking about this week's episode, blah, 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 whatever the show it is. Now we're going to the next one. But it's, me, unless it's a great show, I'm going to forget about this. So the only thing I had to talk about this week is getting old. So first thing first, I discovered my first gray hair in my beard. There's one gray hair hanging out in the middle. The wife was like, do you want me to pull it out? And I was like, nah, I'm trying to get that salt and pepper like you see those old heads wear. I'm trying to get that salt and pepper in my beard.
You're trying to be a distinguished gentleman?
Hell yeah. I want to wear a cane. I want to rock a cane when I come out. Fedora, whatever.
Top
whatever
hat, monocle, a regular Mr. Peanut.
Exactly. I want to have a pocket watch with
Start talking in a British accent. I say, oh boy.
Can I ask y'all one question real quick? Because this was one of the most amazing things I've ever seen in my life. But I see this guy walk past me with the monocles. And I want to know where in the hell in 2022 do you go get a monocle from? Where do you get a monocle? Who has a monocle? What is that?
Mr. Peanut? I don't know. I want to get a monocle.
and I think my man had a bowler hat on. I like, yo, where's the pocket watch? Just be swinging a pocket watch, just going out the door, sir. Like, what was that?
It was in his pocket, man. That's where his pocket watch was.
You're right.
See, that's what I want.
You're right.
That's what I want. So, and also, we are a family here, and this is a trust circle. So, with a father loves a mother, and they want to do extracurricular activities, right? After a while, you've been married, it's not as spontaneous as it should be. It's on like a schedule type of thing.
Right.
Chad, you know what I'm talking about. It's on a schedule type of thing. So one day the last week, it was on some spontaneous type of things, and it got I don't want to say extracurricular. Daddy put his thing down, and next thing you know, next morning, shit, my back hurt. So next, I'm like, all right, regular back hurt, I'm old. So then I go to work, my back is hurting, everything. Long story short, hey, you boys out there, all right, sometimes when you start doing extracurricular activities, you got to stretch. All right. I had to take a day off of work. I had a heating pad. I took some Tylenol. Your boy was not doing well. You gotta stretch before you do extracurricular activities.
Did you have your wife put some fucking Bengay on your back?
Nah, she did. She put everything on there. Like she gave me some pills, some like Japanese. I slept for like 8 hours straight. I took a nap. I woke up. I slept again. It was crazy. So once you get in your mid-30s, you can't do it like you used to. Stretch out and everything else like that. And then also going on with being old is, so this weekend, hooked up with some people I used to know from back in the day, and we hit the club up. I do not like the club. I am too old for this.
Is it too loud?
Wait.
This is going to be my...
You just didn't find this out. How old are you? You just figuring this out, sir?
I'm the same about it. I'm the same age as you are.
And you just have to figure out you don't like clubs no more. Oh, okay.
Right.
All right.
Well, I thought it was like, all right, maybe it was a bad experience, but now, all right, it's multiple times. Hey, and honestly, Chad, you right. shit too fucking loud. Why the bass? Like, I feel the bass in my fucking heart. I don't need to feel that. Like, it's just too loud, too many people in there. I don't know what's going on. Guys are doing weird dances. I don't know what's going on.
I didn't know
Like,
they doing those TikTok dances.
they doing weird stuff. I don't know what's going on. And it's just like, I remember like 10 years ago, this is my stuff. I'd be in there in the middle circle dancing. But it's just like,
Well, okay, here's my thing. Did you go to what kind of club was this?
what do you mean what kind of club it is? I went to multiple clubs.
So, cause like there's different kinds of clubs.
I went to one where like that, hookah stuff. I went to one where it was like straight American wise. I went to a bar where they had music, and it was just like.
So what I'm trying to get at is like, like there are clubs or clubs for different age groups. And so like if you go to like a young person club, it's going to be like the loud music and it's going to be dark in there, right? But if you go to like someone like late 30s, mid 40s type situation, there's going to be music, but it's going to be a more chill environment. And I think you've graduated to that more chill drinking environment.
Yeah. Right, because one of the dudes I was with, he like smokes cigars, and when I say like I'm not a cigar smoker, where like I got a quick education, like this dude brought in his own humidifier and everything. He taught me about cigar smoking, where he goes to lounges, play some jazz, some piano, and everything else like that. And I'm just like, yeah, that's where I need to be at. Because honestly, I hate to be that guy when I say this. These kids are wild, and they out of control.
Stop. The people that were older than you at the time when you were hitting the club were saying the same thing about you. It's it's the generational slide, Matt. So let's not do that.
I understand. No. I agree. I completely agree with you. But still, these kids are out of control. I don't get it. Like the stuff, like honestly, like you said, like 10 years ago, I would have been right in the mix with no problem. But me now, I'm just like, y'all kids are something else. All right, y'all something else. It's just like different generations. So like you said, I've graduated from the generation of being out in clubs. I need to be give me a lounge, give me a pool hall, or
so you're talking about clubs, right? You're talking about like in there dancing, bunched up, like we back on slave ships, can't move, bound up.
Right. They stepping on my kicks and everything
Gotta wait to the line to get to the bathroom and back. You talking about those? Okay, yeah, sir, I've been off those. Like, no disrespect, Matt. Welcome to 2022, sir. You graduated.
Right, but my thing is
wait, hold on. Aaron, when did you stop going to those clubs?
Man, I never liked clubs, and if you don't talk about clubs, matter of fact, like last time I went. Because let's talk about strip clubs, for instance. Cool.
That's a different kind of. That's a
different club. But hey, we've all in our ages been to strip clubs, but not. Man, I ain't been to a strip club in over a decade. Matter of fact, last time I went to a strip club was when I was in Phoenix, because I ain't been out of town in almost a decade. I had myself a good time in Phoenix, but not whatever. But it's just like, man, maybe just because I'm an introvert, I don't rock with people for real. If I mess with you, I mess with you. If I don't, I don't. But man, like, yeah, I don't. I like my personal space. Like, I'm in the club, you're in my personal space. I already want to fight, and I don't need to be out there. If I'm ready to throw hands because you're in my personal space, I don't need to be in a club, bro. I don't go to clubs to fight. Like I had homeboys in the military. I stopped going to clubs because I didn't like going to clubs. They would drag me out every time we go. Him and his brother in there throwing down, man. I'm like, why? I gotta start going to club with y'all.
That's fun for some people, though.
Yeah,
but also that's another thing where I was looking at. Like, I'm used to that. It's not PTSD because I don't want to downgrade it, but like me, like if anybody knows me, like when I go somewhere, I'm sitting to where the door is. I don't like people behind my back or
line of sight and all that stuff.
Right. Everything else like that, to where you got a crowd of people and like I'm looking to see if people are gonna start some trouble or anything else like that. I don't like that kind of stuff. Like I want to sit back and relax and everything. And it's just that's how I am. But it's just like now I was like, oh, maybe we back in town. Like we should do this 10 years ago, this same place. And I'm just like, I'm telling people I'm with. This music loud as hell to y'all. I'm whispering, I'm yelling in their ear. They like, yeah. I'm like, okay, it's not just me. And I'm like, people dancing. That shit weird to y'all? And they're like, oh no, that's weird to us too. I'm like, okay, it's not just me. It's just like I realized, sometimes some shit is just past your prime. That's a young man's game, as they say. It's like clubs, unless you like Chad said, unless you in some like 28 older type of thing. This is a young man's game because they was in there playing some music. They was doing some dances. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, it gets like that, man. Like, I mean, I knew personally clubs that this wasn't for me because I don't like dancing. I like listening to my music. So I mean, I don't even like listening to radio because I listen to the stuff I listen to, man. So me being in a club, listen to music I don't want to listen to. A bunch of people I don't know in my personal space. People getting drunk, stepping on your shoes, spilling stuff, man. Can't hit the head and come back without. Yeah, I did say hit the head. Wow. Can't hit the bathroom without going there, coming back.
Fine. That's fine.
No,
You've established you're a military man.
But you know what I mean? Like, yo, it's just too much for me, man. So like, I mean, I kind of gravitated toward bars, like, hey, and even that, you got your hip trendy bars, you're gonna have a younger crowd and stuff like that, man. I like karaoke. Like, hey, I go to bar karaoke, chilled environment. You got your different age groups and stuff like that.
Wait, hold on. Chad, do you do karaoke?
I've done it before. It was fun. I've only done it like once, but I enjoyed myself when I did it. I'll dig up a video if I can find it.
Well, no, you don't have to. I'm saying like, because karaoke is very popular in Japan, and that once that liquor get into me, I'm all about karaoke.
Yo,
and so like we even bought with my parents for holidays and stuff. Whenever I come down and stuff, we got the karaoke machine and everything like that. So when you come to Japan, we're gonna hit up a karaoke
100%. I'm with it.
Yeah,
I'm
man,
with it 100%.
I'm gonna tell you, man. You coming back here, man, like down in the loop, because they kind of getting their gentrification on out here. It's been very, very interesting out here in North County, and the St. Mo's and whatnot. But yeah, they got I think it's called K karaoke down in the loop, man. But yeah, they got it more Japanese style. Like they got their open stage downstairs, but you can get your private rooms and everything, man. So it's a pretty cool spot, So check it out if you ever come back, man.
Oh, definitely. Japanese news of the week. So this pertains to you, Chad. So the Japanese government just said that starting in June of 2022, this year, they're going to start letting tourists come into Japan. So they're going to do it on a trial basis, like X amount of time. Like you come in and be like, I'm going to be here for 3 months, 4 months, whatever, certain stuff like that, to see how that affects the COVID numbers and things like that. So this is a great sign. So whenever you do plan to come out here, that they're already starting in the next 2 months.
I promise
or next month.
As long as there's nothing crazy like another lockdown or anything, I will be there next year. Hopefully, my hope is the first half of the year.
Anybody who plan on coming to Japan, start looking till after June 22, see what's going on. They're starting to slowly let people in. I can't wait. So I know multiple people said they ready to come out here. So, hey, I don't be doing nothing on the weekends, so let's do something.
All right, let's do it. Let's do some karaoke. We're gonna hit up Disney. Let's do it. I'm even gonna. Hey. I mean, the trip. I'm gonna plan like, hopefully, like at least a week and a half, so that because I know you don't live close to Disney.
You're right. So yeah, so we can do something where you get that full Disney experience and of the quote unquote city life, and then I could take you back to quote unquote home and get you situated how we living down here in Nagasaki. Right. I know Aaron hasn't seen it, but what do you think about Moon Knight?
So
since it was a season finale.
So I thought overall the episode was okay. And then we got to that end credit scene, and I was like, boy, I fucks with this show. So yeah, so like overall, I thought the episode was okay. And then we got to that, and I was like, I fuck with this show. Because like the ending felt like it was kind of like a whimper to me.
So look, so now I love this show. I have no Moon Knight knowledge ever, comic book, cartoon, no nothing. So I loved we talked about it earlier about a week to week thing to where I wanted to come back each week because I wanted to find out more information.
Right.
But I felt like five amazing when they're going through the personalities and everything, how he created. Like I thought five. I don't know how awards work. If you give awards for certain shows, like five was amazing. Six, like the finale, it felt like they put too much
into 40 minutes.
Right. And that's why like they put too much into the episode, especially when since Moon Knight is not a quote unquote popular character. So when like the girl got her stuff, I'm like, oh wait, what is she called now? Oh wait, she got power. Like it was confusing to me to where like, all right, understand she got powers now. She's part of the team, but like I didn't know it wasn't like, Civil War when Captain America lifts up the hammer. It was like, oh my God, this type of thing. So when she got her powers, I'm like, wait, she has things now.
That happened really abruptly, especially when the episode started and she was like, no, I don't want to be a person's thingy.
Right. And that's where it was. So I feel like, I don't know if they was like, we have a hard deadline of 6 episodes. And then later on, they was like, oh shit, we got to fit this shit in or what. But I feel like maybe if they would have 2 more episodes, then it could have flushed it out better. But I did feel those kind of rushed. But overall, I still enjoy Moon Knight. And I look forward to seeing him mixed up with the other Marvel Universe characters.
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed this run. I don't think I would say this was my favorite MCU series as a whole. As a whole, I'm still giving it to Hawkeye just because each episode was consistent. Like what I'm saying is like, I'm not saying that this was a bad show, but I'm saying I personally had some issues with that 4th episode. Like as a consistent show, like for me, Hawkeye consistently was decent versus Moon Knight, which was good, but it was highs and lows.
All right. Well, I'm saying this right now. As of right now, what do you think is the best one? Marvel TV show.
That was gonna be my next question. Like, how would both of you guys rank your shows so far? Out of curiosity.
I like What If a lot just because of like how varied the story is.
Not
I wasn't gonna be like, oh, because they can do more shit.
Right, because it's a cartoon. No, don't do What If. Do live action.
So Hawkeye, Moon Knight, Wanda, Loki, and Falcon and Bucky.
Nah, man, you crazy. You outside your mind. No, I'm torn because I hate her so much throughout Hawkeye. If they would have gave somebody else, it's not even an actress. I'm not gonna give her that. I hate
the writing.
I hate that character. I hate that character so much in Hawkeye. Hawkeye is very good. Aaron, don't let me get it twisted, but Hawkeye is very good. It's just like okay. Like for example, when you watch like for Breaking Bad, for example, you hate the wife. You hate his wife.
I didn't even hate her for real though. Yo, she was right. I'm saying
she was right, but she was standing in the way of our hero doing shit.
Yeah.
Right. And also but it's certain characters and shows where there's a character where quote unquote you're not supposed to hate, but normally the audience hates. That is for me for Hawkeye. But I'll have to go with Loki, WandaVision, Moon Knight, Hawkeye, and then yeah. All right. So speaking of, since the movie we're talking about this week is based off a video game, in your opinion, I want to get you guys this top video game in your experience.
I mean, I had to go with the Onimusha series. I'm gonna say series because I can't choose one, so I'm cheating a little bit. But Onimusha, that's what I had to go with.
I'm gonna say Mass Effect 2.
could your favorite video game be made into a movie? So my favorite was going to be Super Mario Brothers 3. Could they make that to the movie? That's going to be kind of far fetched. Red Redemption 2. Yes,
Ooh,
they
I
can
forgot
definitely
about
make
Red
that.
Dead.
Right, they can definitely make that into a movie. And then my third one, Uncharted 2 Among Thieves, actually made it into the movie. So now, just side note for me, my honorable mentions: Batman Arkham City, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Last of Us 2, Grand Theft Auto 5, Spider-Man 2008. Okay, with that being said, so now
2018.
2018, not Miles Morales one, but the one before that.
Yeah.
Okay, so now with whatever choice you chose, do you believe if they gave you X amount of money, you was executive producer for them to make a blockbuster movie off the movie you chose? All right, go ahead, Chad. You go first.
I think yes, because Mass Effect is essentially Star Trek. And so I especially felt strong Star Trek vibes from the first Mass Effect. But basically, you go to a planet.
Wait, Chad. Oh no, go ahead. I'll say I've never played the game, so I was gonna say, give me a brief synopsis of what it is.
The brief is okay. So this is far in the future. Earth has achieved space travel, and we just joined the Intergalactic Council. But like, there's like a whole bunch of blatant racism on both sides. Humans don't like aliens for real, for real. Aliens don't like humans for real, for real. And so there's a lot of tension there. And there's these special like agents called Spectres, and your character is the first Spectre in first human Spectre in the galaxy, and they're like detectives out there, like investigating stuff in the galaxy. And the first human Spectre realizes that there's a conspiracy of with these there's these artifacts, and like they're doing things to people, and eventually it's leading to like an invasion. But this coming from a human is not sounding rational. And like the best Spectre in the galaxy is this alien guy, and he's been compromised, and he's helping this alien faction. So it's like yeah. So that's kind of what the first one's about. So like the other one's about are the repercussions of what happens from that. But
So
like there's parts where you go into different planets and investigating stuff, and sometimes it's related to the main story. It's an RPG. Sometimes it's related to the main story. Sometimes it's not.
So do you believe they could make that into a blockbuster movie?
100%, because like I said, it's essentially Star Trek. We go to a planet, some crazy shit happens, we leave the planet.
Okay. All right, Aaron, what was your movie?
Okay, Onimusha. Have any of you, either of you heard of this game, Onimusha? Yes, no?
Was that a PS2 game?
Yes, it was a PS2 game. All right. So this is like a forgotten Capcom classic. No, Street Fighters, but not Capcom. So think like Resident Evil mixed with a little bit of Devil May Cry, right? Where you got a samurai setting. Your name is Samanosuke. You're a samurai. You're fighting demons. It's like Resident Evil, tank controls, fighting demons, but you are using a sword, so it's more action based. So it's kind of like Devil May Cry. So it's like a weird baby between Devil May Cry and Resident Evil. But love the series, great series. You never played it, play it. But yeah, it definitely make it a movie. Like, I mean, for the most part, it's like a samurai epic mixed with a little bit of horror to it, like a little bit of demons and a little bit of scary stuff happening there. So I think if you do it right, you can definitely make it a banger, especially like if you choreograph like the action scenes, everything, quite well. Like, I don't know who directed The Raid. I don't know if you doing your saw The Raid.
That guy.
Yeah.
I saw The Raid, yeah.
Yeah, whoever like did the fight scene, the choreography for that, hire that person, because it could definitely be done.
That sounds really cool with the zombies and stuff.
Yeah, it would never happen.
I should say horror. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it never happened because Capcom is another forgotten franchise. They'll never revive it, but hey, I think it'd be an awesome movie and series.
Hey, you never know with these different video game companies, because who would ever thought that Naughty Dog will get into movies? And speaking of that, we're here for our movie discussion. Uncharted.
I've been dreaming about this my whole life. Magellan's gold. It's the biggest treasure that's never been found.
5 billion, easy.
So when do we start?
Yeah, put that in your ear.
Hello? Hello?
I can hear you. I'm sitting right next to you.
I assume we're 50-50, right?
50-50? You get 10%. That's me being generous.
Wow.
Let's find some parachutes.
What?
Unless you know a better way to jump out of a plane.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry!
Treasure hunter Victor Sullivan recruits street smart Nathan Drake to help him recover a 500-year-old lost fortune amassed by explorer Ferdinand Magellan. What starts as a heist soon becomes a globe-trotting white-knuckle race to reach the prize before the ruthless Santiago Mercado gets his hands on it. Before watching this movie, have you guys played any of the Uncharted games before this?
That's what I was gonna ask, Matt. It seems like you have. I played the first 3. I've not played 4, but I played the first 3.
I've played all of them except the Lost Legacies. What's the one with the 2 ladies?
Lost Legacy, you're right.
Yeah, I played 1 through 4. I
Okay,
own
so you guys
I
familiar with
own
everything.
all of them, but I just haven't played that one yet.
Okay. Aaron, what did you think about the movie Uncharted?
In general, I mean, I liked it. I definitely found, we kind of mentioned it before, but Tom Holland, great actor. And it's good to see him outside of the Spider-Man role, to see him do something a little different, but, entertaining wise, found it a good movie. It wasn't necessarily bad, but wasn't the greatest action movie, and I have a question about that. And maybe I could explain my thoughts about that as we elaborate, but I found it good. I thought it was enjoyable. It was nice, especially for a comic book movie. I mean, no, I'm sorry, for a video game movie. Yeah, I definitely think if we're gonna go by that quantifier, it's definitely a good video game movie.
Overall, I thought it was okay. Like, there are a lot of things that as the movie went on, I was like, okay, I'm gonna need to accept this. Like, Mark Wahlberg's gonna be Mark Wahlberg no matter what he's in. He's one of those actors at this point, just like The Rock. It was really nice to see Antonio Banderas. Haven't seen him in a minute, but like, if we're in a situation where Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg are locked into this movie, and like, because my issue is like the story is not great, but my biggest issue is the casting all around. If I can't do anything about the 2 leads, I really needed them to have cast someone else as Braddock. I like that actress, to be very clear. Like, she's from Sabrina, the one on Netflix, but her character was too young for the actress is too young for what the character needed to be, in my opinion. Like, Braddock was somebody that had a previous relationship with Sully. They going on adventures and shit together. She's over here leading the whole team, and like, the actress is like 25 years old. And so like,
you're talking about
Tay-Tay?
Yeah, Tay-Tay. Okay.
Tay-Tay? Okay.
Her
Yeah.
Tay-Tay Gabrielle.
Tatiana. It's Tatiana Gabrielle.
Okay, yeah. I think I've heard the name, but I'm not familiar, So some of these actors, I'm not super familiar with. So I've never seen her anything else before.
My thing isn't like her acting ability, Braddock. My thing is like, she's too young. Like, I'm gonna name somebody that Matt should know because we did a whole thing on there. Naomi Harris. She plays Moneypenny in the new James Bond movies. Like, you need an older actress, somewhere in their 40s, for that character specifically.
I think I gotta agree on that. Like, no, I think she did a great job.
Yeah.
In her role as an actress, but yeah, I did feel like she was cast a little young. Like, to the casting in general, it's like no one's really bad per se, but Mark Wahlberg seems a little too young for Sully.
No. I'm saying we got to get off that.
Okay.
We're like,
but
non-negotiable. We have to have Mark Wahlberg and Tom Holland in this movie. This is gonna be. Okay. This is Uncharted 0. Like, their first adventure. I'm just saying.
That's the weird part about it that I have a problem with, is that if you're going to do, like you said, Uncharted 0, then you can't have okay, I played all the games. I love this game. So, but you can't have multiple like scenarios in this movie that takes place in multiple games.
Different games.
Right.
Thank you.
Right.
Right.
You can't do that because then it makes it's weird because
Having your
if you're
cake and
doing
you're eating it
all
too.
right, right. If this is plant zero, all right, we're laying the groundwork for more. Okay, fine.
Right.
But you can't have so like for example,
The airplane scene.
what
Yeah,
airplane scene?
That's for 3.
Perfect. The ring, because in the ring, his brother gave it to him. No, the ring, he found it himself against it's like you had the groundwork for the game. The game laid the groundwork. The game laying the script, and then go ahead, Aaron. I see.
No,
you
I'm
want
sorry.
to say something.
Yo, yeah, exactly. Like, straight up, like that bothered me too. Like that you just put it because, I mean, I know you're trying to like separate it from movie and video games per se, but even like with the video games, like I think like the train sequence for 2.
I love that sequence.
I like that way more better than the plane sequence for 3. Which what they borrowed, which is what they took from. But yeah, it was just so weird and bizarre that you put it from so many different sections, and like at a certain point, I'm wondering like, because every game at some point goes supernatural. I'm like, so are we gonna go supernatural at some point? We didn't. Like nothing supernatural really happened. Every Uncharted game, the first one.
It was just really the first 3.
Okay, all right, and that's the other thing too. Like I only played the first 3, so the whole brother thing I haven't played 4. So them
that came out of nowhere in the 4th.
Yeah, they're introducing him into the movie, like, and that's just because my video game ignorance. I know he has a brother, but that's not really in the first trilogy. Like, and you're starting grounds, like Matt said, ground zero. You're borrowing from all over the place for a video game. Somebody that's played the game is like, okay, that's cool, but what next? Like, if you do a sequel to this, you're just gonna pull random scenes from each movie. Like,
they're just gonna keep picking and choosing. They're
Right.
probably
And that was
integrate
like,
Elena.
okay, so I enjoyed this movie a lot, but I just wish that because I'm such a fan of the game, I was happy that they was able to pull different aspects of the game into the movie. But as a movie reviewer, then it's like, all right, if you're going to, like, for example, if you're going to do Harry Potter, right? If you're going to make a movie about Harry Potter, you're going to start with the first book. You're not going to pull stuff from the second, third book, throw it in this book and like, that's the problem that I had. That's my only problem I had with this movie was they pulled multiple things from multiple video games to put into this movie.
They had to do it because of the casting, though. They wanted Tom Holland. So it's not.
No, and which they still could have pulled Tom Holland is not the question. It's about the rest of the cast. And I know through the research, there was a lot of problems on this cast and everything else like that. So I understand, that, hey, this is shit we got to deal with. We got to do X, Y, and Z. But if I start all over, I wish they would have, done a origin story type of thing and build up to it and things like that. Because then, like, you have, like, even when you have book and movie stuff, of course, the movie's going to leave out book stuff, but it shouldn't deter from the concept of the movie, of the book. So now if you have and then for this instance, the concept is the game. So, his brother gave him the ring and everything else like that. That's not the concept of it. It's like small stuff like that is where I wish they've done better. But overall, I enjoyed this movie. I enjoyed honestly, Tom Holland acted his ass over over Mark Wahlberg. And one thing I always point to mind is after they broke into the vase and she tells him, hey, what happened to your brother and XYZ? She knocks him out with the gun and he wakes up and you have the tears and Tom Holland's eyes. What happened to my brother? And then he's like, all like being serious. And then you have Mark Wahlberg being Mark Wahlberg. And it's just like, he's acting his ass on him right now.
Rings around him. Rings.
Yeah,
right.
I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
Every time I see Mark Wahlberg, I just think about him punching the Asian man in the eye. So yeah, I don't know. If you don't know, look it up. That's all I'm gonna say.
Right. So I like overall, I enjoyed this movie for being a video game movie. I know no, I'll say that for later. But no, overall, I enjoyed it. Yes, nitpick stuff and everything that to make it better. I hope they make more because as me as a nostalgia fan, to see that opening sequence with them on the plane, that's just like the video game and everything. It got me hyped or whatever to be on there and everything. And I just hope they keep it going and they tap more into the now they have the groundwork down. They tap more into the story. It's not action is going to be there, but more the story of the Uncharted tales. That's what I hope for.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with Matt. Like overall, I think I found it overall enjoyable. So I had to add that qualifier. Like, I think you had to differentiate between. I hate to categorize like that, but a video game movie versus
Right.
a regular movie.
Right. That's why I kept saying like, stop saying Sully's old. Like,
Right.
that's not what I'm saying.
Right. Because hey, here's the thing with video games, like even the Uncharted series, right, where it's based off Indiana Jones. Like a lot of video games, I feel kind of their narratives and stuff are kind of taken from movies and film because they want to make story driven and make narratives and games and that sort. So, I mean, you talk about Indiana Jones, that's what Tomb Raider was. Then Uncharted came out, which kind of took what Tomb Raider did for Indiana Jones and stuff like that, just did it better, So just kind of reiterated or reinvigorated that type of video game per se. But like I find with video game movies, essentially, since the games themselves borrow from films and that or other media to make the video game that they making a video game into the movie is a little reductive. It feels like, okay, this is no disrespect to Uncharted. I never even seen the Tomb Raider movie. I heard it was pretty good, but why would I want to watch Uncharted and Tomb Raider when Indiana Jones exists? Or like Doom, the Doom movie's terrible, but like why would I watch Doom when I could go watch Predator per se? Like,
And the thing is because it's all about a new generation. The generation that watched Indiana Jones, that's
right.
Excuse my word, those are old heads who's watching Indiana Jones during that. So then also you gotta categorize to your thing. Like the people who like you might have a lot more females who mess with Tomb Raider or whatever, because it's a woman lead, even though I liked Angelina Jolie's Tomb Raider, like that shit was on point for me. But also I haven't seen the newer version. I'm not sure the actress name.
Alicia Vikander.
Yeah, I haven't seen that version of the Tomb Raider, but I mean, when Tomb Raider came out and Angelina Jolie, I rocks with that. And then now you had this one. I think it comes down to it doesn't matter what the story is. It comes down to who it connects with. Because like right now, I'm basing this off. I love fucking Uncharted. So I'm like, even though I see the misses, but I'm like towards the end when they was on the pirate ship and Tom Holland put the gun host on, I'm like, shit, that's what how that rocks. I was excited. It's like people like that to where it's not about, all right, they out here doing treasure maps or whatever. It's the nostalgia for people who play the game and everything. And like my wife watched it. She was like, that shit's cool. But I'm like, oh, he put that on in the beginning of the first season. Like I'm trying to explain to her everything's going on, but she just thought it was a good movie. But people like me, I was rocking hard when he put the gun vest on.
Right. Oh yeah, no, it's a hype moment for sure. I mean, you got that's the moment we all been waiting for. Just like Tomb Raider. When she gets her double guns, it's the
right. Exactly. Yeah. So you cater to both sides. You cater to the casual. You cater to the die-hard. So of course, I can tell stuff I didn't like with it. I listed some of stuff earlier, but like overall, I thought it was a good movie as far as the base and everything. Especially, I thought it was a good movie. But then once I learned all the problems going on later on, I'm like, okay, I'm just happy they was able to put some things out later on. Are you guys ready for the game?
Sure.
I mean, I'm here for it. Let's go.
Aaron, question number 1. The movie opens with an aerial action sequence that segues to a flashback. And then Nathan and his brother Sam are separated at the orphanage that they live in. Whose descendants that they inspired their sense of adventure is revealed that they are? Answer A.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't know it was multiple choice. Proceed.
Oh no, if you get the answer, you would
Oh,
have
no. Give me the multiple choice. I need to know my options now. I'm going to cheat.
Fernando Magellan, Sir Francis Drake, Amiargo for Vespucci, Christopher Columbus.
Okay. See, this is hard. See, I know they said something about Magellan, but the last name is Drake, and I know the video game. So I'm probably my video game instincts and my movie instincts. But I'm going to go Magellan for the movie.
Chad, you want to
Yeah, it's B. It's Drake.
It's Drake. Yes.
Okay.
Nathan
right.
Drake. That's their last name. It's Drake. Sir
Obviously,
Francis
right.
Drake. All right, Mr. Chadwick. Underneath the city, Nate and Chloe discover caverns that house 4 large canisters. When Chloe steps upon atop of one of those, the pressure causes them to all shatter and explode, revealing what inside. A, gold. B, salt. C, sand. D, spiders.
Oh, it's salt.
Good job.
Yeah,
Why was
it
the answer B on both questions?
They trick you up.
Oh,
You seem too confident when you was about to answer.
I got you. That makes sense.
Gotta keep
All
your
right.
goals, man.
So, I mean, it was hard to trivia. It was really trivia that, like, I believe you guys watched it. As far as game wise, what do you think on Rotten Tomatoes the audience score was for this movie? And just give you
Audience score.
FYI, it's over 5,000 verified ratings.
The audience score. Ooh, look at you, man. If it's not the critic score, the audience score is lenient, and I feel like overall people like this movie. I'm gonna say 73% audience score.
All right, Aaron, what you say?
75.
All right, actual is 90%.
That's crazy.
That's
How was that crazy? This was a good movie.
No,
I
the audience score is that high.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
But
too.
normally the audience score is higher than the critic score.
Right. I get that, but like what's the critic score?
Oh, actually, I didn't look up that one.
God damn it, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man, fuck the critics, man. We are critics. God damn, we are
Right.
critics.
Yeah,
Let's
but
see.
I'm curious too though, because I know the critics.
Here we go. I got you. 40%.
Yep.
Right.
Oh no,
So-
wait.
Right.
No, it says 40% tomato, 90% audience score.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that
like
sounds about right.
in a situation like that where like if the critic score is 40, I would expect the audience score to be like 80 something. But like for it to be 90?
Yeah, that's pretty high.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty
It's a
high.
good
I'm
movie.
not
It's a
saying
good
it's a
movie.
bad movie, but in comparison to the critic score is what I'm saying.
Right. The people that was in consideration for Sully before it went to Mark Wahlberg: Bryan Cranston, Jake Gyllenhaal, Chris Pratt, Chris Pine, Chris Hemsworth, Matthew McConaughey, and Woody Harrelson.
Interesting.
I'm good. I'm good with Mr. Punch, the Asian person in the eye. He good pick. Go ahead.
He's not a good pick because he plays himself. Those other people at least know how to. Well, maybe
Who you
not.
say?
He said he's good with Mark Wahlberg, and I'm saying those other people at least know how to play characters.
Woody Harrelson.
Woody
No
Harrelson's
matter
an
what.
excellent actor.
Well, he
Yeah.
is, but when I see him, it's Woody Harrelson when I see him. No matter what.
Oh,
Like,
I
I
get
mean,
you.
his acting is great, but when I see him, it's Woody Harrelson. Where if I see another actor, he's performing their part.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
kind of for Chris Pratt, all I can see is Star-Lord at this point. Even in Jurassic Park, he's like, look at Star-Lord playing with those dinosaurs.
I mean, he'll always be what's his face off Parks
Parks
and
and
Recreation
Rec.
for me. Yeah.
Andy.
Yeah, there you go. Yep.
all right. So, when I talked about when Nate puts on the gun holsters he took from the down gun, the musical score that plays during the main scene is from the original Uncharted video games to let you know that this means something.
Okay.
The 2 ships in the cave and the auction heist came directly from Uncharted 4, A Thief's End, and this is where we get to where we talk about where they took different pieces from multiple games to put in this movie. In the film, Nate's brother Sam gives him the necklace of Sir Francis Drake's ring before leaving to evade being arrested after breaking into the museum. In the game, the 15-year-old Nate steals the ring for himself from a Sir Fraser Drake exhibition in Colombia. So it's mixing
Okay.
things to whatever. So it's going to have its own thing. So now, Uncharted this movie was banned in the Philippines and in Vietnam. Now, before I tell you guys the reason, why do you think the reason is?
They didn't really show them in a negative light, did they?
All right,
Yeah,
no guesses? Okay.
I have none.
Okay, so Uncharted was banned in Vietnam and the Philippines due to the appearance of a treasure map featuring the 9-dash line found in the underground scene, which depicts the South China Sea as part of China's territory.
What?
So basically, they're saying it's not part of China's territory. And the last thing I got is, as you guys seen at the beginning of the movie, how every production company has to evolve all the characters. You've seen the God of War, you've seen a thing. This is the first film under the Sony PlayStation production. So you've seen the God of War and all the characters at the beginning. This is PlayStation's first movie.
Yeah, I saw that. That was a neat intro, actually. I'm not a Sony fanboy, but you know, like, it gave me a little bit teary eyes. Like, oh, look at Kratos over there. Oh man, Kratos.
Aaron, thank you for being on. This is the end of it. Is there anything you want to plug? YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, anything like that? Social medias?
You know, I already have everything to plug, but I know this is gonna sound cliche and whatnot. I do have a Twitch channel. It's Piccolo Tight to Death. PICOLOTIGHT, the number 2 DEF. Do not judge me. I made it up in high school. I still have that stupid email to this day. But yeah, I mean, I didn't get back on there, whatnot. But you know, hey, catch me on there. I'm on there sometimes. I'm not. But I was thinking about streaming the Uncharted series since I watched the movie. You know, so maybe I'll stream some Uncharted.
All right, we'll put that in the show notes and everything. Thank you so much for listening. Please rate, like, review our podcast on your platform of choice. If you have any feedback, please email us at weshouldtalk@gmail.com, like our Facebook page. We should talk about this at work, and follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at We Should Talk Pod. Next week, we discuss Firestarter, the remake, not the 84 classic. And thank you, Chad, for letting me run this show. I don't want to do this often, but thank you again.
Yeah, I mean, this is part of your baby too, and we
Hey.
just want to thank everybody for listening. And now you know what we used to talk about at work.